And explain what I mean with my little help here of my little goldfish friend. This is Nemo. Say hello to Nemo. And you did. It's wonderful. Okay. I don't know if you're in the medical profession, whether you know a great deal about health and disease. This is something that's going to affect all of us. I like to simplify something. What astounded me was the different names of all kinds of my ailments. And then how come all of them went when I did one particular thing? Because I believe there's just one disease fundamentally, and therefore I believe there's one solution to that disease. Let me explain what I mean. Okay, we are all equipped survival machines. We all have a filter system within us. You have too. This is why I could smoke 60 cigarettes a day, God knows how much to drink, overeat, and I'm still alive today because of my filtration system. But what's going to happen? Just imagine little Nemo swimming around here. Now, it's a very simple lesson. I pour in, I think, right, I'll just shove in a little bit of coffee, right? Going on there. I'll have a couple of cigarettes going in there. Few fags. Well, you like to have a cigarette with the coffee, huh? You know? That's how it is. Okay. 3 billion free radicals are released when you have a cigarette. 3 billion at a time. But the body is a filter system. Survival's number one. Health comes second. Survival's number one. The body will do anything to survive. A bit of chocolate going in there as well. Okay. A bit of sugar. White refined sugar. Look at this going in here as well. A little bit polluting the environment where it is. Now, it will do anything in order to survive. Now, you've got to remember, 1 can of cola has 7 teaspoons of white refined sugar. 7 teaspoons. White refined sugar is the fat-producing hormone. 1 out of every 4 people in the UAE now has diabetes. It used to be something called early onset diabetes, but it's happening more and more. Now, listen, don't forget the fat. That's got to go in. A little bit of fat going in here as well. Okay, now you don't have to have solidified fat. You can have hydrogenated vegetable fat as well. Why not mix it up, right? So have a bit of that going in as well. You get the point, and then maybe a little bit of cola going in there as well. Now, you don't need to be medically trained, right? What happens is the fish now, it goes, oh man, I've got a headache. Now we're so used, right? Listen, But we are so used to treating the symptom of disease that most of us, if we have a headache, we think we're low on aspirin. That's the point we've reached. We think, I know the problem, the cause of my problem. I just need some aspirin going in there. Then I'm good. It's got a bit of a headache, but also it can't swallow the food the same way. It's got a bit of indigestion. That's okay. I got some Rennie. Let's have a bit of Rennie in there as well. Add some more pills. Now, the problem is the pills themselves cause pollution themselves. They're poisons in themselves. So what happens? The filtration system kicks in. And all that happens now is the fish, like just say the fish is coughing. You give it some cough syrup, it stops coughing. This is not good. It's like driving along in your car. The red warning light flashes, telling you need some oil. And instead of topping up the oil, you carry on driving because you rip out the red warning light. You can't rip out the red warning light and carry on driving. You will seize, you know? So you can't keep doing this. So what happens is the little fish, after a while, the little fin here, it doesn't move. Little fish has got arthritis. Little fish got arthritis, can't move. But that's okay, I've got some cortisone. So I'll just shove some of that in until we get to the cause. I have no idea what the cause is. Then the little fish gets a little bit of fat. A little puff, it starts puffing up a bit, but now there's some weight loss tablets too. So we can put that in. You get the point that I'm making. I wish I had more time, but I haven't. It's swimming around in all this toxic junk. The environment where its cells are bathing, I'm all covered in oil. I didn't think this through with a cloth. But anyway, the environment where its cells are bathing is now getting polluted and dirty, so it's getting sicker and sicker. Now, I do this talk in schools, and I say to children as young as 6, 7, I say, look, you're not medically trained, but in order to solve the problem, I'm not just going to throw it out there. In order to solve this person's arthritis problem, psoriasis problem, cough problem, you name it what you will, what would you do? You'd check, of course you would. You'd clean the water. That's what you would do first. If you clean the environment where the cells bathe, then everything's got to get better. It only comes down to 2 things: toxicity and deficiency.